Hello and welcome to the daily coaching lockdown football training session. So today is session number 6 and today I have 4 key parts of the session. So we're going to start off with a warm-up, then we're going to move into a touch/juggling challenge, then moving into some passing and ball movement, and then finishing off with a ball mastery exercise. For this warm-up, all you need is a space and a ball. So once you've got your space and once you've got your ball, we're ready to go. Cool, so for this warm-up, what you're going to need to do is you need to get your ball, you need to start in a space, and you're just going to put your foot on top of the ball, okay? And what you're going to start by doing is using the sole of your foot, so the bottom part of your foot, just to roll the ball into a space, and then you're going to chase after that ball, control it, and then do the exact same thing, moving in different directions and at different speeds, okay? So as soon as you're ready, we'll go for about 30 seconds to a minute, and we start. So roll it, stop it, roll it again, stop, use both your feet if you can. All in different directions. We're just reacting to that movement of the ball, okay? Trying to see if we can get to it and control it. Try to see if you can challenge yourself, so the quicker the ball travels, the quicker you're going to have to react, the quicker you're going to have to move as well, okay? Superb. Roll in any direction you want to. It's really important because it's our warm-up. We get lots of movement in, lots of change of direction, and lots of changes of speed as well. So going quickly, slowing down, quickly, slowing down, different directions as well. Push that ball away from our body, reacting, control it again. Last here. And cool. So remember, some of the key things to this part of the warm-up is that we're using that sole of our foot just to move that ball away from our body and into a space, and we're making movements like we may do within a game. Say for example, if the ball is loose, we have to change our speed to react and go and get that ball back under control, okay, and back into our position. So, now we've done that, the next part which we're going to be doing, again, just one quick thing to make you aware of. If you are of that higher ability age group, I'll be expecting you to make more movements and definitely using our left and our right foot. If you're of the younger age group, or maybe less experienced in the game, you maybe just predominantly focus on one foot to begin with, and then the next time round, you can focus on using the opposite foot, okay? To get some real repetition and comfortability, and also to help us become more confident. So, now what we're going to be doing is we're using the inside of our feet, okay, both our left and our right. Again, less experienced ones, or those at the lower ability level, may focus on just using one foot predominantly to begin with, and then obviously we're using lots of repetitions using the other one as well. But more experienced, more advanced players using both straight away, okay? And all you'll be doing, very similar, you'll be passing the ball against some surfaces, okay? If you have somebody else there with you, then you can use them in this exercise as well. So you might potentially pass the ball to them, and then you'll go and chase after the ball. But very similar, this time you're passing it so that then when it rebounds or comes back, it's going into a different area. Okay, so you're doing the exact same movements of reacting quickly, changing your speed, changing your direction to go and meet where that ball's travelling to. Okay, so again, we're going for about 30 seconds to a minute. Just passing that ball into space. You're trying to see if you can react and get there potentially before it stops. Good. That movement of the ball, okay, making sure you try and get off control. Okay, so try and get it in the camera before it stops. We're going to a new surface. Super, and freeze there. So again, if you're more advanced, potentially even try and see if you can control it using a different part of the foot, so maybe that front area of your foot, the laces, or potentially using the inside of your feet. Try and trap the ball, okay, exploring different ways to control it, and then also go and meet the ball. Again, if you're more advanced, the good option of having somebody else with you is that you're starting to have to react and make more realistic movements because you don't know where the ball's going, okay? Even when you're working individually and you're passing it at a bit of an angle or rolling it at a bit of an angle, you don't necessarily know where the ball's going to go. So that's why we're getting these realistic reactions coming out. But if there's somebody else there with you, then again it helps to create it a bit more naturally too, alright? So we focus on using the sole of our foot. We've also focused on using the inside of our feet. Again, my advice would be, if you have somebody else there with you, okay, then they're making those passes constantly. Not necessarily if you're passing it to them, but similar to the first one, they may be working with you and moving around with you, and they're the ones who are rolling the ball. So you're constantly moving around, ready to react. They may roll the ball, you have to react quickly to go and meet it, okay? You then leave it there, you carry on moving around, waiting, ready for them to move the ball again. You move it, and you go and react, okay? So, two ways in which somebody who might be able to assist or help you can get involved and can help to try and increase that level of challenge, okay? But that's just a warm-up, but lots of different directions in terms of changing our speed, changing our direction, and most importantly, reacting and adjusting our body to the movement of where that ball's going, okay? To try and get it under control and keep possession within our team. Give it a try. Right, so that was our warm-up. So remember, some of the key points to take away from that is that because it is our warm-up, we're making lots of different movements, so changing our direction and changing our speed. And because it was a reactive exercise, it means that we need to make sure that number one, the ball is under control, and number two, we're making the appropriate movements to move in the direction of where we have to travel, okay? It's really, really important that that ball is under control so that we can take the ball with us on our journey and also react quicker as well, okay? So now we're going to move into our touch/juggling challenge, and for that, you still need a space. But this time, as well as the ball, you're also going to need 5 different objects, okay? Now, I've got 5 cones. If you don't have cones, that's not a problem. You can get anything from toilet rolls to jumpers, to trainers, to jackets, anything you can get your hand on, okay? But you need 5 different objects. You need your space, and you need your ball. Once you've got that, we're ready to go. Cool, so for this touch/ball juggling challenge, what you're going to do is you're going to set out your 5 objects like so that they're scattered around the area which you're working within in the space that you're currently using. Okay, you're going to leave them for the moment, so ignore them for the first minute, okay? What I need you to do is start with the ball in your hands, okay? And what you're going to do is simply move around that space that you're working in. You're going to bounce the ball onto the floor, you're going to kick, and you're going to catch. Okay, that's all I want you to do for the first minute. Now kick, and then catch. Bounce, kick, catch. Bounce, kick, catch. Try and use both your feet. Bounce, kick, catch. And so on, okay? Now, if you're of that higher ability age group, try and explore using different parts of your body. So say, for example, you might do this, using the inside of your foot. We're using both feet as well. You might use different parts of the body. Outside as well. And all we want to try and do at the moment is figure out what type of technique this exercise is requiring from us. Okay, so which parts of the feet we're using or which parts of the body are using, and how much power do I need to use behind that movement. Last few. Super. Cool. So, like I said, you're just practicing the technique at the moment, okay, of judging where that ball's going and making your movement towards where it is. So you're reacting, you're adjusting, you're moving your body, okay, and you're also moving the part of the body which you're using, whether it be feet, whether it be maybe the thigh area, okay. But you're just trying to think about how much power, how much speed do I need to put behind that movement, okay? If I'm swinging my foot fast as I can, that ball is going to go flying away. Okay, so all I want to do is I'm going to be making a controlled movement just to be able to get it high enough for me to catch. Okay, just slowing down the speed of the ball because it's bouncing straight back up. I'm just slowing down that movement so I'm able to catch it again. Alright, cool. Now we're going to move on. So this time, no catching is involved. Okay. If you're of that younger age group, my advice to you would be in this first part, maybe just predominantly using one part of the foot for the moment. So it might be this front area of the foot. Okay, and only predominantly using one foot to begin with. So it might just be using the left. Then also catch it there between catch, or if you're using your right, you do the same. But with this exercise, because we're focusing on our technique, it's really important you do lots of repetition. So that's where you'll then start to go, right, I've done it a few times on my left, catch. Now, next time round, when I repeat this exercise, I'm going to do my right. Okay, as I become more comfortable and confident, now I'm going to start using the inside of my feet, okay? Then I might start combining all my movements together, like those higher ability, more experienced age groups should be doing from the start. Alright? This time round, no catching. Okay? Younger ability age group, you can have as many bounces as you want. Just make sure you don't stop on the ground. Again, maybe using predominantly one foot to begin with. As you become more confident and comfortable, you can start applying the movements of right foot, inside, and different parts of the body. More experienced, older age groups and higher ability, okay, I'd be expecting you to combine your movement straight away and challenge of trying to just have one bounce in between, okay, so something like this. Okay, so I'm going to go for another 30 seconds. Make the challenge appropriate to you, your ability, your age, your experience, and your confidence. Explore different parts of the feet and the body as well. Try and see if you can move up as well. Change your direction. Not reacting, moving, adjusting your body to the movement of the ball. Cool. So, now we're going to our final part of this challenge. Okay, and for this one, there's two ways in which you can do it. Alright, so I'd advise everyone to start off with the first example I'm going to show you. Okay, and then obviously depending on level, challenge, ability, experience, and so on, obviously you can make it appropriate to you, and you can either go on to the first one or start showing the second one. Alright, so what you're going to do is you're going to have your bounces in between. So say for example, off that lower age group, lower ability, etc. As you bounce in between, okay, as many as you want. What you're going to do is your items, as long as you don't stop onto the ground, that's absolutely fine. Okay, you want to one more. Super, right? Got all my items. Now again, obviously, I said to you, you can have as many bounces as you want. If you're wanting to do a tougher challenge, okay, more advanced, then you may just look to have one bounce in between. So, I'll drop all of them. Almost, right? So, bit of a tougher challenge if you want, or try one. Okay, again, if you're that really high ability group, more experience in the game, this is tough. Okay, I'll give you an example. Okay, I don't trust myself that I'll be able to get all of these, but again, it's like I said, lots of repetition with these sort of exercises. Okay, so try and see how you get on. Another thing as well, just with advice, if your objects are quite tough to pick up, okay, so if say for example, it's in the air, tough to pick up, okay, it's going to be hard for me to get, then my advice would be to get easier items to collect, maybe like jumpers or t-shirts, something like that. Basically, what you're doing, okay, is this time no bounces in between, so it's almost just like doing normal pick-ups, okay? But then when you see an opportunity, do it again. When you see an opportunity to pick one up, then you can do so, okay? You've got to do exactly the same with all 5, okay? So, normal pick-ups. Might have to get your body a bit lower as well. Slightly got away from you there, won't lie. Okay, so give it a try. A few different challenges there for you to try out. Obviously, make it appropriate to you, but lots of repetition. Like I said, that final one's tough, so I wouldn't be expecting you to do that until you're mainly comfortable and confident with various bounces in between, then moving on to one bounce in between, and then finally going on to the last challenge, alright? Give it a try and see how you get on. Cool, so that was our touch/juggling challenge. Now remember, some of the key points to take away from that is that it was making lots of different movements with our body. Okay, so we was going up, we was going down, we was going left, right, forwards and backwards, okay? We was reacting to the movement of the ball and also where the next object which you was going to pick up was, okay? Now really important, because that exercise is less physically demanding, we was really focusing on the technique, okay? So which part of the foot do we need to kick the ball with? How much power do we need to put behind the ball so that the ball stays under control, and that it also goes in the direction of where that next object is. Right, now we're moving into our passing/ball movement exercise, and for this you're going to need a ball, you're going to need 2 objects, so I've got 2 cones again, but as always, if you don't have access to cones, just get your hands on some toilet roll, jumpers, jackets, trainers, whatever you have around the house, and also you're going to need a flat surface, okay? So if you're indoors or outdoors, you can use a wall or potentially even a door as well. So once you've got your flat surface, once you've got your space, your 2 objects and your ball, we're ready to go. Cool, so for this passing exercise, what you're going to be doing is you're going to get your 2 objects, you're going to lay them out exactly like this, so it's almost creating a bit of a gate, okay? And that's going to be just in front of your flat surface that you're using, alright? The ball is going to start directly behind the 2 objects, and it's going to be in between them as well, right? So behind and in between. I'm then going to start by looking at my passing technique, so I'm going to use the inside of my feet to pass the ball. I'm going to advise you, especially if you're of that younger age group, less ability or less experience in the game, using just one foot predominantly to do your movements to begin with. We're going to pass the ball in, using the inside, outside of that same foot we pass the ball with, and then we're going to sole roll the ball back into the centre. Okay, so I'm going to show you that movement a bit more fluidly and how it will look. So I'm going to pass in, move around, sole roll back. So it's the inside, outside, sole of our foot. Inside, outside, sole of our foot. Inside, outside, sole of our foot. Okay, inside, outside, sole of our foot. Make sure it's in a position for you ready to pass, just like in the game you would be making sure you're passing at the appropriate time. Inside, outside, sole of the foot. Inside, outside, sole of the foot. Outside, sole of the foot. Inside, outside, sole of the foot. Cool. And what we're looking at here, we're looking at the technique of the pass, so how hard am I actually going to kick the ball, how hard am I going to pass it, okay, so how much weight do I need to put behind it. And then we're thinking about the touch, okay? We want the touch to be under control, and we don't want it to go away from our body, so it's a nice, lightly controlled touch, okay? So pass goes in quite fast, but again, appropriate based on your level of experience and age. Pass in, light touch, just to try and direct it to where I want the ball to go, okay? Trap it using my sole, roll it back into the direction where I want the ball to go, alright? So think about the pass, think about the touch, think about how to roll and direct the ball back into the position of where you want to go, okay? So younger age groups, predominantly focus on one foot to begin with, but the more repetition you get in, obviously the more you can advance it, to then start using your opposite foot, okay? So say for example, exactly the same thing you do, right? Inside, outside, sole. Inside, outside, sole. Inside, outside, sole. Inside, outside, sole. Okay, and so on. So it's exactly the same way you're using your left and your right. You're just predominantly using one foot to create those movements, using the inside, outside of the foot, and the sole of your foot as well. Okay, so a really effective movement because it's making our move unpredictable, more surprising. Okay, it's going to be harder for the defender to see, and understand, and think about what movement we actually may be going or doing, let's say. Okay, and which direction we're actually going in. Okay, so you can see at times. Going forward, turn the head to the left, turn the head to the right. Okay? So the quicker that move is executed, again, even more harder it's going to be for the defender to be able to track where the ball's going and obviously to be able to actually get possession of the ball for you, okay? But really important that all these movements, as you can see, are under control, okay? So the ball's getting away from you at no point, all right? And that's why it's really important for the younger age groups, just slow moving, okay? Focusing on what the actual movement is, okay? Older age groups, more aggressive with your pass and a bit more quicker with your movements once you have control of the ball, so the ball marching movement, okay? Hard to accept quicker movements actually directing the ball into different areas, and more spaces left or right as well. Alright? Cool. So that's the first one. The second one we're now going to be moving on to, okay? Very similar. Again, it's a different type of routine or a different type of movement in which the ball's going, okay, using different parts of the feet. This time we're combining using both of our feet, alright? So say for example, I'm going to pass it with my right, slowly to begin with, remember, using the inside of my right, trap it with my left, soul roll back into the middle. Okay, so I'm using both of my feet, again, helps to add that element of surprise and unpredictability when it comes to playing against a defender or against the opposition team, alright? So, passing with my right, using the inside of my right to move over to the left, soul roll back into the middle. Inside, soul roll, inside, soul, inside, soul. Exactly the same opposite direction. Inside, so, inside, so. Okay, and again, younger age groups take the time. Just focus on the actual technique. So stop the ball once you move into the opposite direction if you need to. Okay, ready to then make the pass again. Pass on the left, inside, trap, so. Okay, and again, if you're of that older age group, then the movement should be a lot more fluid and they should happen quicker, alright? So again, if I'm saying something doing on this side, pass, trap back over, okay? You don't want the ball to be in one area for too long. Right, so quick pass is, quick you're receiving the movement on, quick back into a different direction, alright? And with this one, okay, although they're the routines, they're the different exercises which you can do, just be as creative as you want, alright? You might mix it up a little bit, so you might say, for example, possibly use the inside, outside, back across, as we've done before. You might possibly, like I said before, do the inside, roll back over, or do something really creative, okay? So it might be inside, behind, soul, back in the middle, inside, soul, back in the middle. Be as creative as you want, okay? Make up your own combinations, make up your own routine, because the more things you can think of, the more creative you can be, these will help us with our decisions and our problem solving when faced against a defender, okay? So say for example, I've practiced a few routines and I know that I want to move more over to the right, actually defenders coming in on my right hand side, okay? I might need to move it onto my left, okay? So be as creative as you want with these exercises, make up your own routines. If you have something there to help you with you, try and write things down just so that you're mentally prepared for when you go into this exercise, you know what you're doing and you know which ways the balls are meant to be moving, alright? Give it a try, be as creative as possible, and hopefully we can get some really good movement of the ball happening. Excellent. Cool, so that was our passing / ball movement exercise. Now remember, some of the key points to take away from that exercise is that we were looking at combining different movements, alright? So we was looking at understanding how, where and when to actually move the ball into a different direction and into a space, using different parts of the feet and using both of our feet. Really important, as I always say, we do lots of repetitions to become comfortable on our left and our right. And we was also looking at the techniques as well, the techniques of our passing, okay? So understanding how much power to put behind the pass and also adjusting and reacting to move our body to be able to receive the ball. That's why it's really important that we do lots of repetitions so that we can practice passing and receiving it both on our left and our right foot also, okay? Really, really important. Now, we're about to move into our ball mastery exercise, and for this, you need a space, you need 2 objects, and you need a ball, okay? So once you've got your 2 objects, once you've got your space, and once you've got your ball, we're ready to go. Cool, so with this ball mastery exercise, very similar to the last session we just done, we're basically going to use the same setup, okay? Except for we don't need our flat surface this time. So, 2 objects, lay them down in front of you, the space in between, okay? The more space that you have in between these objects, the better, so you get more repetitive movements. Obviously, it depends on the area that you're actually working within. But this time, we're really focusing on our ball mastery, okay? We're focusing on using the inside of our feet, both our left and our right, and also the sole of our foot as well. So we're combining our movements together, alright? So what you're going to do is you're going to start behind one of the cones. I'm going to start behind this left one over here. And to begin with, I'll take you through it slowly, okay? Again, it's a very similar thing to the last exercise where there's a routine involved in terms of where the ball's actually moving and how to move the ball, okay? What you're going to do is using the inside of your foot, something we've done I think a few sessions ago, okay? You're moving the ball inside, 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 inside. Then, you're going to use your foot, which is closest to the opposite side. So over here, it's my left foot. I'm just going to roll the ball forwards and then backwards, okay? Back into my path. Then inside, 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 inside. Foot, which is closest to the opposite side, my right foot. Rolling away, roll back, inside, 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 inside. Roll forward, roll back, inside, 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 inside. Stop, roll forward, roll back, inside, 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 inside. Roll forward, roll back. Okay, now that's the movement. I'm going to show you that a little bit quicker in a second, but lower ability groups, again, just really focus on the technique and what you have to do, okay? So how am I moving the ball in between? How am I stopping the ball? How am I moving it forwards? How am I moving it back? Okay? We're really focusing on the techniques of what we have to do. If you're of the older age group, okay, the movements again should be a lot more quicker, and also keeping our head up, okay, so we're looking ahead of us. Okay, we know where the ball is because we know it's in between our feet, so that's one good thing, okay, moving across. And also, when we get over to this opposite side, we know where the ball is because we're using our sole of the foot, and as we mentioned previously, using the sole, we can feel where that ball is, okay? So, older age groups, quicker movements, head up as well. And so on, okay? So again, younger age groups maybe potentially get more touches involved there, so slower movements, more touches of the ball, making sure it's really under control, okay? Then making our movements. Older age groups, possibly less touches on the ball, okay? So forward back, 2, forward back, 1, 2, forward back, 1, 2, forward back, 1, 2, pull back, 1, 2, pull back, 1, 2. Okay, and so on. So we're actually moving the ball quicker and we're getting it covering more areas over a shorter amount of time. Okay? Now again, just a different type of routine which you could possibly try and do. You say for example you're moving this time, so exactly the same thing, inside, inside, inside. But rather than just forward and backwards, this time you're directing the ball around the cone, okay? Inside, 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 inside. Around the cone. Inside, 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 inside. Around the cone. Inside, 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 inside. Around the cone. Inside, 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 inside. Around the and so on, okay? So lots of combination of movements there, okay? Using both of our feet, this is where we're really starting to gain that confidence and really start to become comfortable using the feet, different parts of it, both of our feet that is. And we're just making different movements with the ball, okay? So pushing inside, moving in different directions. We're pushing the ball forward, backwards, left and right as well, depending on which direction that we're going into. So again, like the last one, you can be as creative as you want with this one, okay? So I've shown you two examples or two routines, but again, you might decide to use that middle area a bit more effectively. So it could be right forward, backwards, inside, 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 forward, backwards, inside, 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 forward, backwards, inside, 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 forward, backwards, forward, backwards, forward, backwards. However you want, okay? This is the layout, this is the template. Be as creative as you want. Try and combine as many movements as you can. That's what's really going to help us to develop and enhance those ball movement, those ball mastery skills, okay? Excellent. Give it a try and see how you get on. Cool, so that's the end of session 6. So just very quickly to recap on some of the key points from today's session, we was really focusing on the combining of different movements, okay, both on and off the ball. Off the ball is focusing on the change of direction and the change of speed and reacting to the movement of the ball. On the ball, we was really focusing on our ball mastery techniques of understanding how to use the sole of our foot, the inside and outside of our feet as well, to be able to move the ball into a new direction and into a space. We then also focus on our passing techniques, so understanding how to actually make our pass, how much power do we need to put behind it, and we're also reacting and adjusting our body to the movement of the ball to be able to receive it as well, okay? All really important key parts of the game, but also really important we're doing lots of repetition within these exercises, okay? Because as I always say, it's really important to become comfortable and confident using both of our feet so that we can react quickly within a game, all right? So that's the end of today's session. I really hope that you enjoyed it. Please, as always, make sure that you subscribe, like, comment and interact with the video. Let us know how you get on, share some of that feedback, and as always, please make sure you let us know any types of sessions or exercises that you want to see, and I hope to see you at the next episode, all right? Take care and I'll see you soon.